Hey guys, John 5/Joe Fair. Today I'll be debunking the Rosalina Unmasked Success Piece today. No, the Metal Blade 5 actually debunked it. I didn't agree with him 100%, but for the most part I did. I will be using some of his arguments, so let's get started. And what this theory is about, he says Peach is Rosalina's mother, so let's get started. First of all, it starts from the storybook, where, he thinks Rosalina's mom looks like Peach. Even though the mom looks a little bit like related to Peach, but not exactly like her. For one, the lips are smaller and the dress is blue. Now you could say she would change the dress, but what about the earrings? And that actually contradicts something game theory says later. I'll get into that later. Now he talks about how the castles look the same, which is almost right, except they don't exactly look the same. For one, there's no flag on the storybook, but the storybook won't be entirely accurate, so that kind of contradicts a lot of other things he says. Now he's talking about genetics, and he brings up first about their earlobes. Rosalina has attached earlobes, Peach has attached earlobes. Okay, he's right. But the baby Peach in the newer games might not be Peach. But even with Peach's earrings, you can see that she has attached earlobes. But everybody with ears has attached earlobes that you see in those games. So now he brings up hair color. Peach has blonde hair, Mario has brown hair, and Rosalina has that gingerish hair, I guess you could say. But anyway, yeah, I mean, he also talks about eye color, and yes, they all do have blue eyes, but there's lots of people with blue eyes. Okay, so now he brings up handedness, which, you can't tell by the hand they hold something in, but she does wave her wand around with her left hand. So she is left-handed, or at least from what we know. He calls Mario right-handed, which was right. Get it? Okay. And then he calls Peach ambidextrous, which she's 3 out of 4. Golfing left-handed, throwing right-handed, baseball batting right-handed, and playing tennis right-handed. So it's 3 out of 4 right-handed. So it sounds more like she's a right-hander. And the odds of 2 right-handed parents having a left-handed kid is 9%. Okay, so now he says the tree and the flowers are close just because they have purple, white, and yellow flowers. But something he forgot to mention: the hill Mario's on has purple, white, yellow, and blue flowers. So it's obvious that he knows that. He just didn't want us to, he probably thought people would overlook that. Okay, but if you look in the storybook, the father is actually taller than the mother. So, it really can't be anybody except for Waluigi, which obviously isn't the case because Rosalina would probably be evil or something. So, the father is taller than the mother, but you could say it's just, but as the Metal Blade 5 said, you could say it's just a storybook so it wouldn't be accurate. But then the Metal Blade 5 says again, well then that takes the tree, flowers, and castle out of the picture then. Then he thought the theory was almost busted because he couldn't find a tree. But here's the thing, he didn't find the tree. How do you think that? Well, the tree is the tree, though, that are all over the Mushroom Kingdom, while the other tree was completely different and much bigger and wider. Alright, right now, look at this picture I have up. It shows that the tree you see in the Mushroom Kingdom is more sideways of the castle, but the tree you see in the storybook is more up front rather than sideways. You'll know what I mean if you look at the picture. Alright, now let's move to part 2. Okay, so now he brings up the galaxy thing. He, says, how can Mario die and then have more chance to do it? Well, he doesn't die because he only dies if you're controlling him. He doesn't actually die in the story. Okay, and do you remember that big explosion the Lumas make? Well, he thinks that's a new galaxy. Well, first of all, even if it was, Rosalina said never quite the same, and there actually is no reset galaxy, because she's talking about the stars. And if you notice, the castle for the Mushroom Kingdom never actually gets destroyed. Now he thinks Mario and Bowser get along when they kart. He explains them being mortal enemies and kart buddies, but the problem, well, nobody said they were getting along when they're kart racing. Bowser might just do it and not take Peach, and somebody's probably always just keeping a close eye on him. Okay, so now he said Peach is Rosalina's mother from a previous cycle, which is actually debunkable because, first of all, she said it never happens quite the same, and never quite the same. Quite. But anyway, how she can't go from dead with a child to alive with no child, and something that doesn't happen quite the same. That's a problem. And also, there really is no galaxy reset. Alright, so now we talked about when you play as Luigi in that level where you have to save Luigi. He thinks that's Luigi from a different cycle, but the Metal Blade 5 said anything from a previous cycle would be written out of existence. And the Metal Blade 5 didn't say this, but there is no previous cycles or anything like that. You see, if you notice, Mario and Luigi are brothers every time, not just in a quote-unquote previous cycle. They are always brothers. So something is up. That kind of disproves the whole cycle thing. That's not the only thing that disproves it, though. Oh yeah, back to the Luigi thing. I'll be honest, when you play as Luigi, I don't think it's canon because Bowser wouldn't try the same thing twice in a row. He'd probably be too tired to do it. So playing as Luigi probably just isn't canon. And even if it was, which it's probably not, there wouldn't even be any evidence that there's more than one galaxy. But it's not canon playing as him. Now he brings up Einstein's theory about special relativity, which, yes, has been proven. Time moves slower with motion. But here's the thing about that, though. Rosalina was obviously... Alright, he says this explains Peach and Rosalina being the same age, but them being sisters really explained it. But anyway, her flying off would make her age slower. She was obviously already younger than her mother when she left. So let's say the mother's 20 and she's 10 when she leaves off. No, wait, that's too... Okay, let's say the mother's about 30 and she's about 10 when she goes off. She would age slower. Say 10 Earth years, 1 year to her. The mother would be 40 and she'd only be 11. She would have to catch up in age. That whole part is just backwards. Okay, so he says let's get back to the lore. She never calls Peach by her first name. Well, she calls Mario, Luigi, and everybody else by their first name. So there's some lore for you. So yeah, it's not a parent thing. She just didn't call. Maybe she didn't know Peach's name. And besides, she's just finding out Mario's name. She didn't say anything like that's the name of my father. Oh yeah, and if he claims Rosalina is only Peach's daughter from a previous cycle, she doesn't call Peach by name, well, that would only be from a previous cycle, so that whole part is wrong, even though there is no previous cycle. But anyway, let's talk about this for a moment. Rosalina and Peach meet again, and they don't act reunited or anything like that. If they were mother and daughter who were long lost and just met, they would be happy to see each other. Now you could say, well, the galaxy reset, so they're not mother and daughter anymore, so they don't act that way because they're not actually, they wouldn't remember that since it was from a previous cycle. And you would actually be right to say that. You'd be 100% absolutely right. If there was a previous cycle, they wouldn't remember anything from it. You're right. No previous cycle, they wouldn't remember. But the bunny, to disprove this whole previous cycle thing, if you get star 121 in Super Mario Galaxy, the bunny says, we'll race again soon. Which means he remembers you racing after this quote-unquote galaxy reset, because that is after the explosion. So there is no galaxy reset. It can be disproved by just that. Okay, now he says that there's a huge piece of evidence just because the father had a mustache. Well, that only proves the father had a mustache, not much. But yeah, he said by that logic the father could be Luigi, because the earlobes, which Mario has the same attached, the eyes Mario once again has the same, and the handedness. Well, Luigi is left-handed, favoring the left hand 3 out of 4 times. But if Luigi's left-handed, that would make Peach right-handed. Think about it like this. Luigi, this isn't just an example, this is fact. Luigi favors the left hand 3 out of 4 times, while Peach favors the right hand 3 out of 4 times. Now, two right-handed parents can't have a left-handed kid, but I'm just saying that Peach is not the mother. Mario and Luigi are both not the father. We don't know the mother, we don't know the father. But then he said that would explain the utter lack of affection for Peach from Mario in every game. Well, two problems, as the Metal Blade 5 said. The Metal Blade 5 said, she does show affection for Mario, and the other problem, there's no hint of a relationship between Peach and Luigi. Now you might be asking, well, where is their affection for Mario and Peach? First of all, Mario says, "I love you so much," or they watch the sunset together. They even take a vacation together. And there's more, but that's the big stuff. And finally, Peach has chemistry in Mario Super Sluggers with Mario, but not Luigi. But do you know who does have chemistry with Luigi? Daisy has chemistry with Luigi. Now, Peach has chemistry with Mario. Daisy has chemistry with Luigi. Daisy not with Mario, Peach not with Luigi. So now, you could say that game's not canon, but there are two things wrong with that. For one, that'd be contradicting what game theory said by finding out what hand they used because he looked over to the sports game. And second of all, there's still to be a reason for who has chemistry and who has smoke. So there you go. I just disproved the Peach's Rosalina Unmasked and Peach's Dead kind of goes as a package deal. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my other videos. And importantly, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also check out the Metal Blade 5 video disproving Peach's Dead and Rosalina Unmasked. His was good. Make sure to check it out. Like and subscribe. And yeah, I guess that's it. God bless. Have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed the video.